This is Cardboard Cash, back with another weekly sales recap of old school Yu-Gi-Oh cards. We're going to be going over the top 10 sales from the Duel Monsters era, top 10 sales from the GX era, and then the top 10 sealed sales from the past week. So let's start off with the Duel Monsters era. Number 10, we've got from LOB the Secret Rare, first edition Gaia the Dragon Champion, coming in at PSA 9. That sold for $915 last week. That's a 70% decrease from its all-time high of $3,000 back in April of 2021. Number 9, from LOB, we have an ultra rare first edition Red Eyes Black Dragon in PSA 8. That sold for $1,335. That's a 39% decrease from its all-time high of $2,200 back in April of 2021. Number 8, from Labyrinth of Nightmare, we have the secret rare Gemini Elf in first edition. That's a PSA 10, sold for $1,480. That's a 34% decrease from its all-time high of $2,247 back in February of 2021. On to number 7, once again from LOB, we have a first edition ultra rare Blue Eyes White Dragon in PSA 9. Now this one sold for $2,701. That's way under its all-time high, 84% decrease from the all-time high of $17,100 back in February of 2021. Now that was a little suspect. I'm not sure why it should sell for that low, especially as you'll see later in the video, we had a second sale. The only thing I noticed is that the shipping was from China, so I don't know if maybe a lot of buyers didn't want to take a risk on a card shipping from that far away. But anyway, on to number 6. Again from LOB, we have a first edition ultra rare Right Leg of the Forbidden One in PSA 10. That sold for $3,054. That's a 28% decrease from its all-time high of $4,250, also back in February of 2021. Now, number 5, we have a card from Metal Raiders. We have the ultra rare first edition Summoned Skull in PSA 10. That one sold for $3,150, only a 5% decrease from its all-time high of $3,333. That was back in October of 2021. Number 4 from LOB. Now, this is pretty cool. Everything's been secret rare and ultra rare so far. This is just a base rare first edition Pot of Greed in PSA 10. This one sold for $5,995. That's a 180% increase from its all-time high of $2,142. That was all the way back in July of 2020. On to number 3. From LOB, we have the ultra rare first edition Monster Reborn in PSA 10. Now, this one sold for $6,095. That's only an 8% decrease from its all-time high of $6,600 back in May of 2021. Number 2, from LOB, we have an ultra rare first edition Blue Eyes White Dragon in PSA 9, the same as the previous Blue Eyes that we saw. This one, this time sold for $7,500. That's a 56% decrease from its all-time high of $17,100 back in February of 2021. Number 1 from the Duel Monsters era, we have another repeat card. We have a LOB ultra rare first edition Monster Reborn in PSA 10. This one sold for $7,600. This is actually an increase, 15% increase from its all-time high of $6,600 back in May of 2021. Okay, so we're going to be moving on to the GX era sales. Coming in at number 10, we have from Cybernetic Revolution an ultimate rare first edition Cyber Twin Dragon. This one's only in PSA 6, but that doesn't stop it from bringing in a sale of $193. Population on that card is a 3. Now, this is an 18% increase from its all-time high of $163 back in December of 2021. Number 9, also from Cybernetic Revolution, we've got an ultimate rare first edition UFO-roid fighter. Now, this one's a PSA 8, selling for $359. Population on that is 4. No previous sales on this one in PSA 8. However, we had a PSA 9 sell for $315 in November of 21. On to number 8, from Soul the Duelist, in Ultimate Rare, a first edition Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 4. That one's a PSA 9, Pop 17, sold for $409. No comps on those sales in the past on PSA 9 either. Number 7, also from Soul the Duelist, we have an Ultimate Rare first edition Inferno Fire Blast. That's a PSA 9, Pop 5, selling for $410. That's actually a 204% increase from its all-time high of $135 back in October of 2020. Number 6 from Cybernetic Revolution, we have an Ultimate Rare First Edition Cyber Twin Dragon in PSA 9. Population 18 on that, sold for $522. Now that's a 26% increase from its all-time high of 415 back in January of 2022, so just last month. Next up, number 5 from Cybernetic Revolution also, we have an Ultimate Rare First Edition Wing Karibo level 10 in PSA 9, pop 7 on that, coming in at $548. Now that one's a 21% decrease from its all-time high of $690 back in November of 2021. Now in January of 2022, so just last month, we had a sale for $617. So that's even a decrease from 1 month ago on that card. Number 4 from Shadow of Infinity, we have an Ultimate Rare First Edition Demise King of Armageddon in PSA 10. Now this one's a pop 1, hasn't been sold before. This first sale went for $730. Number 3 from the set Force of the Breaker, we have an Ultimate Rare First Edition Ryza the Storm Monarch in PSA 9. That's a pop 5 selling for $765. No previous sales on that recorded either. Number 2, our final card from Cybernetic Revolution, an Ultimate Rare First Edition Cyber Dragon in PSA 9. That's a pop 28, selling just over $1,000, $1,125. Now that's actually a 44% decrease from its all-time high of $2,025. That was back in August of 2021. Now our top card, number 1, is from Lost Millennium, Ultimate Rare First Edition Elemental Hero Thunder Giant. That one's in PSA 10, a pop 23 on that, selling for $1,600 even. Now this is actually an all-time high sale, up 12% from its previous all-time high of $1,425. That was back in May of 2021. Okay, we're going to be moving on to our sealed sales from the past week. There weren't a ton, so we're going to be doing a top 6. Let's get right into it. Coming in at number 6, we have an unlimited box of Magic Ruler that sold for $978. Magic Ruler was released in 2002. MSRP on a box like this would have been somewhere in the ballpark of $75 back then. Number 5, we have another unlimited box of Magic Ruler. This one sold just over $1,016. Number 4, we have an unlimited Starter Deck Yugi and Kaiba combo that sold for $1,220. Now these are from back in 2002, and the MSRP on those together would have been around $20 back then. Number 3, we have an unlimited case, a display case of Starter Deck Joey, and that sold for $2,125. Now that would have been originally released back in 2003, and each of the Starter Decks in that case would have sold for around $10. Coming in at number 2, we have 5 old tins from 2002 and 2003. So the 5 that were sold are Blue Eyes, Dark Magician, Red Eyes, Summon Skull, and Jinzo, sold in a 5-tin combination, selling for $2,275. Now each of those 5 would have sold for somewhere around $20 or $25 back in 2002 and 2003 when they were released. Number 1, we have a first edition Starter Deck Yugi. Now that one came in at $3,576. Which is great compared to its original price in 2002 of right around $10. All right, well, that wraps things up for this week. Thanks for sticking along for this week's Vintage Yu-Gi-Oh! Market Watch. See you next time.